the implementation of trade agreements. Among the objectives of the training program are to support trade journalists to develop the understanding of the trade agreement, to build their capacity to report and provide critical input on trade facilitation policy, and to promote regional multi-stakeholder dialogue on issues relating to regional, continental, and WTO trade policies and agreement. In a speech read on her behalf at the opening ceremony, the ECOWAS Commissioner for Economic Affairs and Agriculture, Madame Mazanje Touare-Litz, said the trade facilitation is at the heart of ECOWAS regional integration and forms a critical component of the ECOWAS Vision 2050. At the continental level, she indicated that the entry into force of the agreement on the African Continental Free Trade, whose objective is to create a single continental market for goods and services while ensuring the free movement of businessmen and investment in the region. Madame Mazanje Touare-Litz opined that a better understanding of TFA and AFTA by the media would help bridge the information gap as well as raise awareness of the importance of these trade agreements in stimulating economic growth in the sub-region. The component leader for GIZ, Dr. Matthews Segard, said GIZ is honored to collaborate with the ECOWAS Commission and member state in their various economic integration programs to build an understanding of the public in these programs and objectives. The Association of Ghana Industries AGI has expressed worry about the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority and the shipping lines charging fees and bills in dollars, contrary to the Bank of Ghana's directive not to do so. Thus, the association argues will defeat the government's mission of stopping the pricing and charging of goods and services in dollars. Speaking to the media, President of the AGI, Dr. Humphrey Ayim Dake, called for the sanctioning of GPHA and other state institutions for charging fees and bills in dollars. In recent times, the cost of doing business in Ghana had shot up drastically due to the depreciation of the Ghana cedi and other factors. Port charges have shot up significantly, increasing prices of goods on the market. The Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, has announced that fuel prices are likely to be reduced by Monday, November 14, 2022. There has been a recent hike in fuel prices, including diesel and petrol. Diesel is currently selling for more than 23 cedis, while the price of petrol is hovering around 18 Ghana cedis. But speaking to journalists, the Executive Secretary of the Chamber, Duncan Amoah, indicated that measures are being put in place to help subsidize the rising prices. According to him, COPEC will be expecting diesel to drop from 23 to somewhere around 21 cedis, 19 pesos, and petrol will drop from 17 cedis 99 pesos to somewhere around 17 cedis 10 pesos and 17 cedis. He therefore wants the government to minimize the increase in petroleum taxes, saying it may lead to loss of jobs in the petroleum sector. If you just join us, you're listening to Maritime and Port News. A new action plan launched at COP27 by the United Nations agencies, ship owners and trade unions makes recommendations to upgrade seafarers' training to meet the shipping industry decarbonization target. The research was conducted by Maritime Consultancy, DNV, and commissioned by the Maritime Just Transition Task Force Secretariat. The plan responds to the findings of new research, modeling of which warns that up to 800,000 seafarers will need additional training by the mid-2030. The aim is for shipping industry to switch from conventional fuels to alternative fuels and low and zero carbon technologies in order to meet the global target of holding global warming to 1.5 Celsius or less by 2050. The study evaluated 3 emission reduction scenarios and highlighted the urgent need to start building the training infrastructure to ensure that hundreds of thousands of the world's nearly 2 million seafarers gain new skills and capabilities during the transition. The findings further suggest that the lack of certainty about alternative fuel options is having an impact on seafarer training as the global maritime community works towards a cleaner decarbonization pathway in a post-fossil fuel era. Sanda Ojambo, Assistant Secretary General and CEO of the UN Global Compact, commented that climate action focus on people and job creation must be at the core of a just transition to net zero. This new paper highlighted that aligning with the 1.5 Celsius trajectory requires action now to upscaling of the maritime workforce as the shipping industry moves to rapidly cut its greenhouse gas emission. And in our final story, Sea Lead, Orient Overseas Container Line, OOCL, and TS Line will jointly launch a new service to connect India and United Arab Emirates with East Africa. The new service is expected to commence on 22nd November as a weekly service with 4 vessels, of which Sea Lead will operate 2 and OOCL and TS Lines 1 each. The rotation for the new service will be in India, Mundara, Jebel Ali, United Arab Emirates, Mombasa, Kenya, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and Nhava Sheva. According to the Sea Lead, it is estimated that both Kenya and Tanzania will grow at a rate of 8% annually, and as a result, the East Africa region is becoming of prime interest for companies looking to expand their businesses. The growth is very well promoted and driven by effort of the East African Community, an intergovernmental organization formed in 200 that focuses strongly on infrastructure development necessary to facilitate trade in Africa. On this note, to wrap up this morning's edition of Maritime and Port News, proudly sponsored by the Ghana Shippers Authority.